What's cooking at Contemporary?
Princess Bear, today we're indeed at Disney's Contemporary Resort because it's time to go to the cafe.
We're going to Contempo Cafe for new menu updates.
Yes, they've contemporized the Contemporary Cafe menu, so your number one choice in foodie infotainment. We're here to try the food so you don't have to. Remember, she's vegan. I'm not. I'm gonna climb a flagpole.
It's time to foodie and chill.
Steakums has arrived at Contemporary Resort. No, that's a little bit insulting. No, you just have a steak sub. Shaved beef with onions and peppers, provolone, mozzarella, and a herbed mayo all in this covered bun. This is how cheesy I like to see my buns. And I'm talking about food, people. Get your minds out of the gutter. That's where I live. Ah, look at that. Now, I could be civilized and knife and fork this, but you guys want to see me stuff the beef in my mouth, so that's what I'm doing. It's cheesy, it's greasy, it's definitely a steaky boy. It's given Philly cheesesteak without actually being a cheesesteak. The beef is just shaved and not like chopped. But you have all the fixings, the provolone, the mozzarella. The herbed mayo is a choice, but very interesting. It's definitely in there, it's melted like into the bread, so you have it on both sides. And then the cheese, the mozzarella, and the provolone sort of sandwich the meat. So you have like the meat, peppers, and onions sealed in on either end by the cheese. That means it's falling out the bottom, and your hands will be greasy, but the mess on your face will be worth it. It's like shining your way to happiness. I feel like it was a Simpsons quote at some point in time. Either way, that is actually a delicious sandwich. I don't much like burgers in the traditional sense, but you know, I'll give in to a Philly cheesesteak every now and again. And that's about as close as you're going to get here at the Contemporary Resort. I would give it a solid 4 out of 5 claws. Things are looking up.
Today is actually International Burger Day. It is the 28th of May, and I'm super excited. We have a double cheese burger, cheese in quotes, because it is vegan, and an Impossible. I was hoping and it's on a Kaiser roll too, by the way, not your normal brioche. But I was hoping that it would be the pot burger at a deluxe resort, and that there would be a sauce. So like I saw it, and I saw the cheese, and I saw the cheese flowing, and I was like, ooh, maybe there's a sauce under the cheese. So I asked the cast member when he delivered it, and he said no, there shouldn't be any cheese, or there shouldn't be any sauce on there. And I was like, okay, bye. It was very sad, but you know what? I got mustard. There's mustard here. I can mustard it up. There's ketchup, I think. I'm sure there's ketchup. I just don't acknowledge her. Cheers to a burger, though, on International Burger Day. This burger reminds me of several other burgers that I've had in the past, and mentally I was trying to pinpoint where have I had a burger like this. And for some reason, the only one that popped in my head was like 2021 Edison served an Impossible burger with vegan cheese and on a Kaiser roll, no sauce, and steak fries. It wasn't great, but I know I've had other versions of this because I've been a vegan for a very long time, and especially when they first introduced these alt meats, everybody was doing a burger with or without cheese and no sauce. I don't know why they think that vegans shouldn't have a saucy burger. I don't know anybody that likes sauce that doesn't get sauce on their burger. I understand, like, let's say you go to McDo and you get, like, I don't know, doesn't the regular burger, I've never ordered a burger at a fast food restaurant before in my life, so I have no clue. But if you order like a cheese, like a hamburger, like I think they do $1 hamburgers or something at McDo, I don't know. Doesn't it come with ketchup? Like ketchup, 2 pickles, and a patty on a bun? Or like, you get like one of those $1 fried chicken sandwiches from Burger King. Doesn't it come with like mayo? Or, I don't know. I didn't even try fast food until I was 16, so I'm very inexperienced when it comes to fast food. But in my little knowledge that I have, I always remember like the base burger always having at least a sauce. So no sauce I'm gonna give it minus points for that, but I will say everything else about this burger is really, 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 really good. I love the bun. The Impossible is cooked perfectly. They double cheese me, which I love a double cheese. And then I like the shredded lettuce. I think that's much better than just a giant leaf of lettuce. And then you have evenly spread pieces of tomato, so like ideal burger. The only thing it needs is a sauce. And this is the Contemporary. You know they know how to make sauce here. Grab the spicy ranch from Steakhouse 71 and throw it on this. Maybe if you're staying here, get the burger from here and then get the onion rings from Steakhouse with extra dressing and then go ham. I would totally do that. I would give this burger a 4 out of 5 burgers. It would be a 5 if it had sauce. And that is my TED Talk on sauce.
Burgers everywhere. Even here at the Contemporary Resort, quick service. Burger is an expectation. What you don't expect, though, is no sauce on a burger. Kaiser rolls especially tend to be a little bit on the dry side. I feel like they need some sort of like flavor lubricant on the bread at the very least in order to serve up, be it a vegan patty or non-vegan patty, chicken, anything. If there was any sort of protein on here, it could be tofu. I would expect some sort of foodie lubricant on here, but I am curious. We pride ourselves in having a very diverse community. All backgrounds, shapes, sizes, he, she's, they, and then and them's. You know this if you've been here for a while. If not, welcome. You're family now. You don't have a choice. We adopted you. You're ours. I need to know your favorite burger or sandwich sauce. I'm looking for like the unique stuff. Ketchup, mustard, fine. Maybe you like dill mustard, but like I know you have like a family secret sauce you're holding out on. I want to enjoy said sauce too. I love sandwiches. I'll put it on literally anything. So share your secret sauce, or even just like plain sauce, like the classics. Ketchup. We have a comment section. Talk to each other. Be nice. We are watching. Either way.
Dang, that was scary.
Should be. It's a quality product. Impossible is cooked well, which is, some people that aren't used to it, you have issues with quality cooked Impossible burgers. The bun, nice and soft, a little springy to it. Some Kaiser rolls, they're a little dry. This one is, I'd say, the correct moisture content for a burger. The shredded lettuce is even nice and fresh. Even the tomato is good. I just need something. We're going to have to make a trip over to there and get some mustard ketchup, honey mustard, for those of us that aren't vegan. Steakhouse ranch things need to go on this burger. And yes, the comment before, we do see every single comment. You read all of them. We monitor that comment section like 21 hours a day. We may not always reply right away, but we're monitoring it 21 hours a day. I'll give this burger 4.25 out of 5 claws. Now, with my beef sub, you have the option of chips, fries, or coleslaw. I'm a bear. Of course, I went with the coleslaw. I don't know what the of course means, but I do love a good slaw. This one appears to have some kale and some other things in it, so, healthy adjacent slaw. Very mayo forward. I know it doesn't look like much, but it's basically sitting in a pool of its own juices, much like you on your vacation in a Disney hot tub. You're cooking, except this is chilled. So a chilly Disney vacation hot tub. Either way, it's a crunchy slaw. I don't mind the being so mayo forward because the mayo is thinned out a little bit, so it's not like a paste. It's got a decent crunch. For slaw, I'd say it's above average, but not memorable. I would give it 3 out of 5 claws.
Foodie insight on a day in the life of Princess and the Bear. I typically wake up between 4 and 5 in the morning, and I look at menus until I have to work at 7 in the morning. And then I go to work, and Bear doesn't work till about 9 a.m., and I work from home, so it's not like I go anywhere. And Bear works from home half the week, every week anyway. So by the time Bear is awake, I have had a whole day. and I have planned our evening, and sometimes I get really excited, and he is barely woken up in the morning, and I'm like, oh, we're going here, I can't wait. I was like that with Topolino's. I was also like that with Contempo Cafe. I was like, we gotta go right away, I don't care. I wanted to try the new desserts. But then we got here. Oh, and I also knew about the burger. It wasn't like Topolino's where it was like, ooh, I didn't know about the ravioli until I did the rundown with Bear. No, I knew about the burger. But I didn't know about this chicken bowl. The old tofu bowl that was on the menu was never added to the menu either. Now, this chicken bowl is also not added to the menu, but here it is with vegan cheese. It is Gardein Chicken. It actually said the brand on the menu, which was super cool. And then it actually is all the same components as the previous bowl. Maybe not the last bowl, because the last bowl had like a cream, like sweet potatoes and quinoa and stuff. But the bowl before that, it used to be like tofu strips, 2 different iterations of it. One were crispy, one were not crispy. And then it was like a rice, fajita veggies, and then pico and beans and guac. So that's literally what this is. There's black beans in here, steamed rice, guacamole, pico de gallo, vegan cheese, and Gardein Chicken. Again, no sauce, but I think you're supposed to like eat all the components together to make that happen. So I'm gonna cut up some pieces here, because these Gardeins are like the big strips, and I don't like eating the strips that big. Here you can see the beans, the fajitas, and then the rice. It's all like hidden down here on the bottom. So I just want to say this chicken is like stupid dry. Super, super dry. I'm trying to grab everything together. Sorry, you guys. Bear's trying to keep up with me and he can't. Okay. Fajita, pico, rice, guac. Maybe. Can I get this bite in my mouth without dropping anything? It's better than the dish that they had that was like just grilled tofu slabs. It's not as good as the crispy tofu they used to have. I think they've taken a step in the right direction. The Gardein Chicken is cooked perfectly. Actually, it's got a great crisp to it. The rice is like, it's rice. There's nothing special about it. The beans are okay too. They're not hella seasoned. The fajitas are just fajitas. I don't really have a lot of comments on that. The guac isn't bad. And the pico is a little wet, but I drained it beforehand, and that helped it a lot. My biggest issue with this is that, and I don't taste the cheese at all. But my biggest issue is that the Gardein is just cooked. It's just cooked and thrown in there. There's no seasoning, there's no salt, there's no pepper, there's no oil, there's no sauce. And I think that is like one thing this dish really needs. You can't just serve up Gardein. It's like going to Whole Foods and buying the Gardein strips, like the little package, and then just putting them on the stove and then just eating them like that. Nobody does that, or do you? I hope you don't. Put some seasoning in there. But for me, room for improvement. Please add some sauce, people. I will give this a 3.75 out of 5 bowls. I don't know if I would order it again. I would love to see the evolution of this Gardein Chicken, though, and in more places.
There are certain institutions of the vegan space, plant-based space, that I feel frequently try to coast by on the laurels without putting in any real work. Praise me for I exist, but let's not provide anything new. No new perspective, no new flavors, no new swag, if you want, a little sauce, nothing. You just here, collecting a check. That, to me, has been Gardein for a long time. Gardein is an OG of the vegan space as far as like alt meats. They have been around for a long time. Before we had Impossible, before we had Beyond, there was Gardein. And at the time, it was like grateful, amazing. We have plant-based chicken strips, we have plant-based burgers, we have plant-based meatballs from them. They've done plant-based ribs. You don't see anybody do plant-based ribs. However, I can't, standing under the light of the mouse, lie to you and tell you that Gardein's products have always been good. They've been okay to terrible, but never great. I would like to see that change because I feel like the potential is there. The knowledge is there. You have all of the information you need to be better. You just don't want to be. You know what I mean? So, go ahead and dig right into this bowl. I'm going to take this chicken. Oh my God, this could be... That's not a crisp. Okay, this is... Oh boy. It's like... I haven't even been into it yet. It's like chicken-shaped cardboard. Okay, we're going to need some of the guac.
Get some pico, too.
We need some pico. We're going to need some of this rice. I'm even going to take a copious amounts of peppers, hoping they can make up for whatever monstrosity is about to enter my mouth. Here's the thing. If this was covered in sauce, say this was like a pasta, okay? And it was covered edge to edge in sauce, I really wouldn't be able to say too much negative about the Gardein on its own because the texture, okay, it's like 80% of the way there. It nails chicken texture even with like the crispy edges, but the flavor is what I would call contemporarily bland. Modern level bland food. And this was real chicken, I would be going in right now because you know what? I'm very special about my chicken. This is not great. I'm glad that there's other options here for the vegans. You should come try this if you've never had Gardein at least once, just so you know how rough their forefathers of the vegan community had it. But this is not a wonderful bowl. The fact is, the other ingredients aren't bad. There's a lot of peppers in there, but I don't hate those. The beans are okay. The rice, not perfect, but tolerable. The guac, though it came out of a container, nice. You even got a little bit of green onions for some spark in there. But the weakest link is by far the Gardein chicken. It's dragging the entire rest of the bowl down. At this point, I'd rather you just dispense with the all meat and the tofu and just make it a rice bowl with beans and vegetables. You're doing yourself so many favors. As it is, 1.5 out of 5 plus.
New cookies and cream trifle that is plant-based here at the Contemporary. I was hoping was going to be like my babe mousse at Epcot, but it actually looks way prettier. Big thank you to cast member Nikki for grabbing this out of the back for us because they're getting rid of the old dessert before they put out this new dessert, so they had to grab this special for us, and that was really sweet of her to offer. So here it is, the beautiful trifle. Let's get a whole layer. Oof, it looks so pretty. Yes, this actually looks better than Epcot. Don't tell Sunshine Seasons I said that. Okay. Now, that tastes exactly like cookies and cream. It is Oreo, copious amounts of Oreo, and then like a vanilla cream. They use Violife, which is cool. There is invert sugar in this, so if you are a vegan that is worried about that, I think it's in the thing. I think it's in the sprinkles. But other than that, this is amazing. I love this. Very creamy, very delicious. The only big difference I can tell between this one and Sunshine Seasons is the vanilla-ish cream on this is like, it kind of makes it taste a little smoother. I'm a fan of chocolate, so like the chocolate for Sunshine Seasons is more my jam, but this is really creamy. But then what makes this better is this like dark chocolate on top, this frosting. This is like heaven on top. This is much better than the topping they have at Epcot. So this is now my new favorite mousse cup. I will give it a 5 out of 5. This is a Princessities item. Get it and get it now.
We like a cup. A cup of sweets for everybody. And we stress on everybody. Plant-based things aren't just for the plant-based. Plant-based things are here for everybody to enjoy. Just some more of the people. So this plant-based cookies and creams mousse with the sprinkles, the chocolate, the vanilla, all the fixins, all in one spoon. How much together could you get? Vanilla has its place. Sandwiched in between chocolate. That's really the only way. I don't want vanilla by itself. I don't understand the purpose of vanilla on its own is. Vanilla is an accent on things and not like the thing. Chocolate is a thing. And these Mickey sprinkles, they don't usually add a whole lot. In this case, the texture they provide over something that's just like mousse and cookie crumble. I like this. The Bay Mousse from Sunshine Season Epcot has long been a favorite. I feel like it might have some serious competition, a rival, if you will. A Vegeta to its Goku, a Donald to its Mickey, a Philoctetes to its... Who is his other?
Hercules?
No, not so nice, more aggressive. More like a Hades to a Zeus, you know? Something like that. This, I think, is the new king. Long live the king. 4 out of 5 plus. The Mary Blair Goat is back and really never left, but on a brand new dessert. You have this beautiful lemon curd cupcake with the goat. Mary Blair bringing the goat, and then obviously you have the goat that you can see adoring the walls here around Contempo Cafe. And first off, normally I do this princess style, but this time we're just going to take this little cupcake panties off first. Little underoos.
Oh, it's vanilla.
And then we're just going to anime slice this in half.
Oh.
Insert sword sounds here. Not the princess, but you guys. Make your own sword sounds at home. And there you have the leaky boy. Lemon curd in the middle of a vanilla cupcake with copious amounts of icing as it falls apart literally in my finger, so at least you know it's moist. Now, we're making a mess. When cast member told us what the new non-vegan cupcake was, I was worried that I was going to hate this. I don't like lemon like that. I like lemon and lemonade only, really. I don't really like lemon on my fish. At least I don't want to see it. I don't want to taste it for the most part. I don't like lemon pastas. I don't like lemon candies. I don't like lemon really anything. Maybe lemon shandy under the right circumstances. But lemon and me, we're not buddies. But in this cupcake, the way that citrus of the lemon curd cuts into the sweetness of the icing, and that wonderfully pillowy cupcake, that I can deal with. Burst of lemon and then gone. Covered up by icing, as it should be. That is literally the goat. 4.75 out of 5 plus. You can't be the contemporary resort unless you're willing to put your name on something. And here, with their pastries, especially down here at Contempo Cafe, they will double down on that. And you have that traditional contemporary font on this brand spanking new strawberry cheesecake Éclair. You have all the things. You have the strawberry filling in the middle, chocolate on top, and then you have the cheesecake on the bottom and a little almost monorail shaped tart. Against my better judgment, I'm gonna bite this one too. We're gonna push a little bit out the end like a cheesecake push pop. It is equal parts strawberry and cheesecake tart. The tart is immaculate. That is better than any of the tarts I've ever had on any of the Disney buffets, including Chef Mickey next door. The strawberry is extremely tasty. The chocolate is a nice touch because you have the super sweet of the strawberry and then you have the cheesecake. Both together are very rich. The chocolate, while being rich in its own right, does a bit to cut through that and sort of balance them out. It's like the barrier that stands between them and the chaos that they both contribute to. It is a tasty tart. Not my favorite, but I like the way that it's going. I would give that 3.75 out of 5 plus.
Upstairs, I said that we needed the spicy crunch from downstairs to enjoy this burger. So I had to do the needful and get the spicy crunch and put that on my other half of this burger, and let's see how it holds up. I bet you it's way better. Cheers. Absolutely yes. Saucing it is the way to go. Why would you serve a burger without sauce anyway? But with the sauce, it's like a 5 out of 5. Definitely recommend going upstairs, ordering the burger, coming down here, getting the onion rings, and put the onion rings in there and the sauce. Why not?
If you haven't learned by now, yes, we will travel for a foodie hack. We like our food, we like our sauces, we like our cast members. If you come down here and get the sauce and we find out you didn't tip or be nice to our people, we will find you. Everybody that works in this restaurant is a Princess and the Bear VIP. It's really not a surprise the difference the sauce makes. Saucy, good bread, good patty, elevates the burger. It's like night and day. It's like it belongs here. Literally just give the people some sauce. More than ketchup. Something special. You're the Contemporary Resort. This isn't ABC Commissary. You're a place with class. Give the people sauce. 4.5 out of 5 bucks. We contempoed and then we upgraded the steakhouse.
I gotta say that the steakhouse enhancement is definitely the way to go. I'm glad that we tried it. I think it's worth it, and I'm not gonna detract from the burger for that, but like, it needs sauce. So does that chicken bowl. It needs sauce. The desserts were fabulous though. I'm not gonna hate on the desserts. And also, huge shout out to all of our favorite cast members that we got to see and that we didn't get to see. Sergio, Chef Matt, Kate, Daniel, Veronica, who am I missing?
Said Chef Noah, right?
Nasser, yeah, Chef Noah. Oh, Chef Noah, thank you for the hug. We love and appreciate you. Oh, Manager Nikki, love you. You're awesome. And of course, I think I said Sergio already, but Sergio twice because Sergio's awesome.
Yes. Well, we had an amazing time. We like the food updates. We like the menu updates. Continue to improve. Just don't forget about seasoning and the sauce.
But we need sauce. You cannot, especially when there's a bowl in question. Are you not putting sauce on the chicken or the beef bowl either? I'm confused.
Yes, you definitely need to do something about that regard. But we know what you guys think about these menu updates here at Contempo Cafe. Maybe it's not contemporary. Maybe it's not your cup of cafe. Let us know in the comments below. As always, if there's anything else you want to see us do, comments will always be the place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this. And
we have new videos 5 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
We'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, will Bear ever tell you what his favorite dessert of the night was? Because I don't know.
You're the girl.